Hello everyone and welcome to this week's preview. Racing heads to Flemington this Saturday for Black Caviar Lightning Stakes Day. Can't wait for that race, which I'm going to talk about on its lonesome, and the whole undercard, as well as good racing at Randwick and also at the Valley tomorrow night. A complete strip out last week, which wasn't great off the back of two really good weeks. Couple of unlucky placings last week with Malatier not having the best of luck, and exit fee going down in a photo, but not going to complain. We're going to move on to this week. The bets this week, 2 from the Valley, 2 from Flemington, and 1 from Randwick. Let's get on with them. Although a small amount of bets, again, I'm more confident this week than last week, and this was a winner for me 2 weeks ago, Dream Zell. I'm having 4 units to the win on this horse tomorrow night at the Valley. This was its last start run when I was on it at the Valley in a benchmark 64 over 1,000 metres. Went straight to the front, they didn't catch it. Carried 58 kilos on this occasion. Now has to carry the 59.5 kilos, stepping up to a benchmark 70. So that's always a bit of a query up in class, but it looks the out and out leader of this race. I think 1,000 metres back to the 9.55 suits. The Tom Davining and Jordan Weatherly combination are absolutely unstoppable. This horse has won 2 on the bounce. I'm hoping it can make it 3 on the bounce from gate 4. Like I said earlier, should hopefully just go straight to the front and they won't catch it. Back to back at the Valley with race 6. Number 3, Parsh as a bet. 2.5 units to win on at $3.80. This was its last start run at the Valley in the same class and distance as what it faces tomorrow night, where it ran third, beaten a length and a half. A couple of donkeys took it on up front, and it made it a fast tempo suited to the back markers. That's where the first and second horse came from the back. So Parsh looks to get an easier lead than what he did on this night. The favourite, number 1 Macadam, should be on his outside, and they should control the race. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that the rail is out 7 metres tomorrow night at the Valley. Usually when it's out 3 metres or more, that means front runners are suited. So the fact that it's out 7 metres, I think Parsh will have the pattern, likely to have the pattern in its favour. Logan Bates is one of the best 3 kilo apprentices going around at the moment. Gate 8, straight to the front, and hopefully just like Dream Zell, they won't be able to catch it. Another front runner, but we're at Flemington with number 6, She's All Shenanigans. I had this horse as well in this last start run behind New York Luster at Sandown, where it was very unlucky. It only got beaten 0.02 lengths. It was coming back on the line, and 50 metres after the post was actually in front of New York Luster. It actually, I don't know what happened at the start with She's All Shenanigans, but it sort of leapt up in the air a bit, cost itself about a half a length, so I was unlucky not to win this race. This was the same class and distance as what it faces on Saturday at Flemington. Now, Ryan Houston is a 3 kilo apprentice, but his lightest riding weight is 52.5, so Ryan Houston will likely only be claiming 1.5 kilos of his 3 kilo allowance, bringing this horse down to 52.5 kilos. She's All Shenanigans. I like how it settles itself on speed. It always gives itself every chance. It was a track and trip winner 2 starts ago down the Flemington Straight. Gate 12 is a very good gate as well down the Flemington Straight. Doesn't have to lead. I think there's going to be a slight head breeze into the home straight at Flemington on Saturday, so this horse may not appreciate that, but I think from gate 12, if something leads, she can sit a half a length behind it on its outside and be protected from that breeze. I think it's a pretty good chance on Saturday, She's All Shenanigans. I'm happy to have it. Moving ahead to race 7, the Group 3 CSA Stakes for the 3-year-olds over the 1,400 metres. I'm with Sepples. I was on it at Sandown this day when it won at benchmark 64 level over 1,400 metres. Had no luck at the top of the straight, but once it got around the hills of Dark Journey, it absolutely exploded and showed that it was a better class and way better horse than all of these other horses in this race. This was against the older horses, very impressive, so back to 3-year-old company I think is well suited. Blake Shin goes on for Jamie Mott, so you're not losing anything there in terms of jockey quality. From gate 2, I think this horse can hunt up and be in a non-speed position, unlike this run at Sandown where it drew a bit wider. So it's going to need some luck off gate 2, but it's 2 from 2 at the 1,400 metres. It's won its past 2 starts, looking for 3 in a row. Come on, Sepples. The next race is the Group 1 Black Caviar Lightning Stakes, the feature over the 1,000 metres. Here's a look at the market. Switzerland is the favourite. The 3-year-old at $2.50 ahead of another favourite. Another 3-year-old, Growing Empire at $4. Is it me? I Am Me is at $6.50. $8 for Traffic Warden, who's drifted a little bit. Double figures the rest. My thoughts on this race is let's sit back and watch a good horse win in Switzerland. Gave them absolute windburn in the Coolmore Stud Stakes. I'm talking about Growing Empire and Traffic Warden. Gave them absolute windburn in the Coolmore Stud Stakes. I know that was over 1,200 metres and this is 1,000 metres, but James McDonald bypassing Via Sistina to come down to Flemington to ride this horse shows me a significant sign of intent. I know Growing Empire may have been or come to the end of his prep in the Coolmore Stud Stakes. However, Switzerland gave it absolute windburn, flew past it. Gate 7, down the straight, will be midfield Switzerland, and I think it'll just be blending into the race nicely and go straight past him. I can't wait to see what he can do on Saturday. If you're looking to back one at a bit of a price, Joyful Fortune was a good return off a long spell, and I think from gate 1 will blaze the trail up front and over 1,000 metres can give a pretty big sight. My thoughts on this race, Switzerland on top, Joyful Fortune the value in the Black Caviar Lightning. The only one at Randwick is race 2, number 2, Adolphus. 2 units someone on this horse at $4.80. This was its last start run at Rose Hill over the 1,500 metres, where I personally thought it should have won this race. Had to come around the heels of a tiring horse, then fit through a small gap and only got beaten 0.18 lengths, so it was very close. I like the intent that this stable is showing. 4th up, 1,500 metres up to 1,800 metres. Gate 11 out of 19, I see to be not too bad. Can settle on speed, maybe on the outside of horses, so it won't get strung up in bad luck like last time. Timmy Clark sticks in the saddle. I think Adolphus is good value around the $4.80 mark as my only bet at Randwick. It's that time of the week, it's last man standing. 4 out of the 5 of us lost it all last week. However, Sharon got 1 out of her 4 bets up, so she is on 0. And it was Wild Imagination, 25 the win at $4. This is what Sharon's doing this week, 10 the win and 15 the place on 4 different horses. At Flemington, opening address and also another profit. At Morphettville, a Samurai Mind, and up in Sydney, Lady Shenandoah, very exciting horse returning there. Nikki is going to have 50 the win on Jolly Star, 35 the win on Sholton Lane off the week back up, and a little $15 all up at Randwick. Race 4, Yorkshire the win, race 5, Jolly Star the win, and race 6, commemorative the place. Sky High Horse Racing is keeping it simple this week, 100 the win on Fancify. The most confident I am out of my set for this week is at the Valley, so I'm going to have 60 the win and 60 the win on Dreamzell and 30 the win on Parsh, and a $10 all up the win on both those horses. Just in case they both win, I can get an extra $100 or so. That's what we're doing for Last Man Standing this week. Thank you everyone for watching this week's preview. It's going to be an 11.75 unit spend at the moment if all of these horses run, so I'm going to need at least 2 winners out of this lot to show a profit. I think that can happen. I'm probably most looking forward to Via Sistina versus Chaya Wolf and Fangirl, to be honest, which I didn't mention at all. It's going to be a very interesting contest. Looking forward to Switzerland. Looking forward to the whole weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching the preview. Until next week's preview, bye for now.